Hi, I'm Sharon.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
Come along today as we have adventure at Grove Park Inn in Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay, we've moved in to the gingerbread competition here at the Grove Park Inn. This competition started in 1992 with a group of about 24 or so local folks who got together to compare their gingerbread creations. Didn't have any plans to go beyond that one-time event, but I guess there were some discussions, and they did it again in 1993, and it's continued to grow ever since, to the point that the event's been covered by NBC's Today Show, ABC's Good Morning America, the Travel Channel, and of course the Food Network. How could you have a gingerbread competition and not have the Food Network there, right? Last year, technically it was not held due to the flooding from Hurricane Helene that really devastated Western North Carolina in general and Asheville in particular. But there's a group of about 40 or so, I think probably local prior contestants in the gingerbread competition that wanted to keep the event alive and probably show that Asheville's still alive after the flood and carry on with a tradition that folks could embrace after the flood. So again, about 40 folks got together with that. They brought the entries here to the inn. After a bit of discussion, the inn kept 14 here for their exhibition, and the balance of the gingerbreads were taken across different locations in Asheville to businesses that were actually open. This then became known as the Gingerbread Trail, which was also dubbed somewhat the Sip and Stroll. I guess there was some wineries perhaps open so that one could stroll through Asheville or drive through the Asheville area. When they saw the gingerbread creation at the establishment, they knew it was open. There was a QR code at each location where one could then make a donation to Always Asheville, which helped some of the businesses that were impacted and other nonprofit organizations. And this year it is back. Wow, is it ever back? There's over 235 or 240 entries, 85 new contestants, I do believe, 25 or 30 states represented, and at least one entry from Canada. There's also one entry from the state of Washington, and traveled about 2,700 miles to get here. Now, a few rules about the competition itself. When we say gingerbread, what do I think of? A gingerbread house, right? Well, the creation does not have to be a gingerbread house. And as you'll see, there are many that are not houses. Other rules for the competition or for the creations: it cannot be more than 24 inches tall, can't weigh more than 50 pounds, its base can be no bigger than 24 inches by 24 inches, it must be at least 75% gingerbread and 100% edible. And looking at some of these creations, it's just unbelievable that they're gingerbread and other edible materials. As far as the breakdown of the contestants, there are 4 categories. I think the child is from 5 to 8 years of age. Youth is from 9 to 12 years of age. The teen classification is 13 to, I think, 17, and then the adult classification. Winners, runner-up, and third place contestants are chosen from each category. There's a total of about $40,000 in prize money available, some free stays here at the inn, as well as some free meals. So not only is it a lot of fun, these folks are pretty serious about some of this. There's some serious prizes, obviously, and as you'll see, some of the creations, they are quite serious. Different categories of the competition. We have the best use of color, best use of sprinkles, the most unique ingredients. I understand there's one here that has basil in it. We've looked at a few of the structures, and there's some banana shingles on one of the buildings. Another category is the pop culture star, most innovative structure, farthest traveled, the longest standing competitor. That competitor is now at 22 years and counting, the People's Choice Award, and of course the Best in Show. So some phenomenal creations here. Again, it has to be 75% gingerbread and 100% edible. I think we've got some young budding structural engineers here. If there's a market for gingerbread structural engineers, I think we've got some winners here. But got some great shots of some of these amazing structures, so let's go take a look.
And we're out on the terrace of the Grove Park Inn, and we're overlooking downtown Asheville and the Blue Ridge Mountains. And we have had a good lunch, and then we have...
Great lunch.
Yeah, we had a great lunch. And then we have toured all the gingerbread displays.
Wow. Just wow. I mean, it's not gingerbread houses, it's gingerbread houses at the Masters. It's mice looking through a telescope for Santa Claus. It's gnomes, it's toadstools, it's Santa Claus playing the piano, circus displays. What have I left? There were so many, 235, 250, something like that.
There's a lot of gingerbread displays. If you had to pick one or two favorites, what do you think you'd pick?
Oh gosh, one or two. Santa Claus playing the piano is way up there. The mice watching for Christmas, those over in the Winter's Circle, Winter's Hall, if you will, is up there, of course. I think there was a lion over there, or a couple of lions over there. And I forgot the name of the ones with 2 or 3 cats. Of course, I don't know how do I say this. Some of the intricacy was more on others, but I thought the Wizard of Oz theme was very neat as well, with the house on the Wicked Witch and the yellow brick road coming out from the house. Pretty creative. Some incredible designs.
I really liked. There was one with a big bear and then a baby bear behind the big bear, and I thought that was really cute. And I really liked the one you called the toadstool, which was the red mushroom with the little forest display. I liked that one. And then there was some like barns and log cabins and things like that I thought were really neat. I enjoyed those.
Smoky Mountain Christmas was very pretty, very, very detailed. Some Christmas inspirational, theological themes in a few of them. Some manger scenes. Awesome, just awesome.
No, there were really a lot of neat ones. It's hard to pick the best ones, and I think it would just be what your interest.
It is. Yeah. It is, and like the different categories of the different best use of color. The intricacy on some of them was unreal. In some ways, I'm going to say the one with Sweet Dreams and the beds. I don't want to say it wasn't intricate, but it was somewhat simple lines, but very, very well done. Very neat.
Yeah, there was a lot of amazing ones.
Yeah.
So we finished all that up, and we've been here a number of hours. And we decided to come out on the terrace and enjoy the sunset and have a refreshment or two. I'm having a sangria that's a holiday sangria. It's got cranberries and oranges and all kinds of good fruit in it. And
looks good. I went simplified with my fruit. I have a hard cherry cider from the Noble Village Tart. Interesting name, of course. You talked about we've been here for a number of hours. I think we got in the building just say 12:15 or thereabout, and it's just about 5 o'clock now. And we haven't dilly-dallied anywhere by any means. We went through the displays fairly quick, actually, I think. So, point being, you could spend the better part of a day here easily.
You could.
Easily.
You could. It's a great, you can come and spend a night or two here, and there's lots of things to do at the inn, and there's a wonderful spa here. But you can also come, what we've done, which is for a day trip, and we have a lot of folks that are doing that we've heard and talked with, and so you can come and enjoy lunch and tour and do the gingerbread displays and make a nice day of it, and we really enjoyed ourselves.
Right, and the gingerbread display goes through, I believe it's January the 4th or the 6th. Today is December the 9th, so there's still about a month or so of the display period left. If you have some days free during the holiday period, it'd be a great trip to come over and just see some incredible artwork in the form of gingerbread and just the inn itself. It's wonderful architecture like you've talked about before, and the decorations, of course, are up, and just wonderful day.
It is, and if you just come for a day trip, you have to do that during the week. They don't have that open for outside folks to come in on the weekend because they're so busy within guests. Is too many people. So they restrict kind of the day tours and to the week time.
Right. And still, it was for Tuesday. It was not overly busy, but it was certainly a busy day, a good day for the inn here.
It was.
Looked like the things have recovered well from the flood last year. As mentioned earlier, in the video, the gingerbread competition was officially suspended last year, but there were some locals got together and had about 40 entries, and I think it was a really good thing for the community to have that one thing that survived the flood, so to speak, and carried on the tradition that had been going on for over 30 years at that point. I think this is the 33rd year. So some folks had some strength and good ideas to keep that going.
Yeah.
Been a good day.
It has. So I think we're going to wind it up here, and we're going to watch the sunset, and
getting
then
close.
I think we're going to head back home and check on the fur babies.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a sun squint going on here, perhaps not too bad, but the sun's about to get down to the ridge line, and I think we'll have some really good color here shortly.
Sounds good, and don't forget to have adventure today.